Hello and welcome to Method Monday. So this is going to be a new series where I talk about cool methods for WCA puzzles and some cool methods for non-WCA puzzles. Most of these methods aren't going to be the greatest unless it's for like a non-WCA puzzle, but I just thought they were cool methods, so I decided to show them off. So if you have any suggestions for future methods, then leave a comment. So let's get on to this week's episode of PET5. So it's basically like Tetris, but for big cubes. So this works on like 5x5 and up. It can work on 4x4, but it's better for bigger cubes. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how this method works, the steps for it, any tricks, and then I'm going to be doing like an average with the method. So let's get started. So with PET5, you basically reduce the cube down to the 2x3, already done for 3x3 stage, and EO already done for 3x3 stage. So it basically is like when you finish reduction, you already have, let me see if I can, you already have this 2x2x3 done, and you have EO done. So you basically have this. You don't necessarily have corner permutation done, so it's not completely R2gen. So you might have like a 3-gen case at the end. So that's basically the method. So the first step is to solve the first two centers. So I'm gonna do the blue and green first, and there's the blue center, and then the green center. That was inefficient. So you have first two centers done. You can make any first two centers, but if you are solving on, like, for example, white, or don't use the white or yellow center. So yeah, if you're like a white cross solver or blue cross solver, just don't make those one of your first two centers. Then you want to solve kind of a roux block like in Mayer. So we'll do green because there's already those pieces there. So this is kind of like Yao edge pairing, except you have to add the corners. So there's that, and then we have this one. Alright, so we have that, so kind of like a roux block thing. And then you want to extend it out. You want to extend it out to the center. So for odd cubes, you extend it out, but not include the center bar. And then like for even cubes, what you do is you extend it out to the very center. So for on 5x5, because we're not including the center bar, we'll just extend it out one. So what I like to do is make the bottom bar and put it in, and then you can make a side bar, like, I guess, orange, which is already done, like that, and then you insert the edge. So this edge goes there, so we can do this. We can insert the edge onto that for this, and then we can insert that into there. So we have that done, and then we can do the red bar, which is already done for us, and we need, where's the edge? There it is. So there you go. So there is the block. Then what you want to do is you want to create center bars. Basically, you want to have it so you have all your centers have bars like that. They're not necessarily solved, but it kind of, you want to get to a point where it kind of looks like halfway through free slicing on 5x5. So you can make a bar like that. So I like to do the center bars first. And then we can do this red one. So now we have the center bars. Now you can have it like this, but I like to have them solved for our last two centers. It makes the last two centers easier. Then you want to, there's a bar, and then here's another bar, and then we finally have the last bar. So now, as you can see, and you can have them like any way, so like this. So now you have the center bars done. The next step is to make 5 edges and orient them. So basically, you're making this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge, and you want to make sure they're oriented, so you don't have to do EO for 3x3 stage. So the best way to do this is on the M slice, like this, pairing them on the N slice, but you can do it on the A slice. It's just more made for the M slice. Alright, so basically we can do this edge. So if you see, you have the opposite there, and then this. So this usually would be like a slice, flip, slice if you're doing if you were doing it like free slice. But because we don't have to worry about like where the center bars are, we can do RY prime U2 RY2 and pair it up like that. And we want to insert it oriented, so we can do U2 F R prime F prime to insert it like that. If we did it like this, it wouldn't be oriented. So now we'll do this blue center. So we can put that in there, that in there, or wide, and then this one. Actually, yeah, we'll just do it like this. Alright, and then again, if we insert it like that, it's going to be misoriented, so we do F, R prime, F prime. So then, since we already have those two like that, we'll do that edge, so we can, pretty easy. And then again, F, R prime, F prime. Then we'll do, and you want to make sure to not do like these two. So in this case, it's white and orange and white and red. So you want to make sure to not do those. So we can do U2 RY prime to match those two up, and then U prime RU M prime, and we have that. And then in this case, we can do RU R prime U prime, and that inserts that oriented. Then again, we have this mismatched like that. So you do RY2 to match this up, and then we have 3R wide, U2 RY prime, and then we can do U2 F R prime F prime. So now we have these 5 edges like this, and they're all inserted and oriented. And then next, you want to orient the midgets, which are the very middle pieces. So this is oriented, and this is oriented. You always have an even number, oriented or misoriented. So if you have 2, if you have 0 misoriented, then you get a skip. If you have 2 misoriented, put them on the top like this, and then do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. So again, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. And that orients too. And then if you have 4, yeah, no, that's not right. If you have 4, wait, that somehow got misoriented. Alright, there we go. There's 4. If you have 4, you just do it twice. So RY2 or 3RY2. Yeah, there's probably like some better out for it, but I don't know it. Then you want to solve these, the middle row like that. So you have this big block, and like if you can only solve one, you can just do that. Then you want to finish off this block. So you can do this like this. So what you want to do is you want to make pairs of these wings and these bars. So you can do this in several ways. Sometimes they'll be easy to like pair up, but sometimes you'll have cases like this where you have these opposite. So you have cases like this, you can do S, R2, S prime, and you get it paired up. And then you can just insert it like this. And then here's a case where you can just do RY prime, U2, R wide, and you get it paired up. All right, then you're on to last two edges. So when you have non-parity cases, because parity cases don't affect EO. If you know all the L2E cases, then the parity cases don't affect EO. So I recommend learning those. So basically what you want to do is if you have a non-parity case like this, like a 3-cycle, instead of doing slice, flip, slice, which will ruin EO, you want to do a commutator. So these commutators are pretty easy. You just want to basically take the edge that's completely unsolved, and you want to slice down the part that's opposite from the solved part of the mostly solved edge, like this. So if this was on the right, you'd slice that down. And then if this piece is supposed to go where this piece is, you do Ly, U2, Ly prime, D2, Ly, U2, Ly prime, D2, and then Ly prime again. So that's just that. And then if this piece goes here, you just do a D2, and then, so that's basically last two edges. Make sure you use a commutator so you don't mess up EO. All right, now this is the easy part. 3x3 stage is like 5 seconds. Just, you can do keyhole here actually, because keyhole doesn't affect EO. And then COLL, and then Q-prime. So that's the PET5 method. I'm gonna record some solves and finish the video with that. Actually, before I go, it's a little bit harder on big cubes, but it's basically the same method. Just one thing with like building the bars, last two centers is kind of hard. So what you want to do is okay, so on 6x6 and up, you want to build it so you have the last two centers like last two centers normally. So that would mean like solving the first two bars like this. So yeah, basically do it like that so you can do commutators normally, because commutators don't work well when like this is supposed to be orange and that's supposed to be red, because you can get commutators like that. So yeah, just keep that in mind for bigger cubes. Now onto the solves. Alright, one last thing. So if you get to the last two edges and you have this case, instead of doing this slice and then flip slice back, which misorients edges, what you want to do is you want to rotate up and you want to do U prime D wide and then flipping out, and then use slice dy prime and then inverse the flipping out, and you get your edges oriented. Also, I'm going to be showing two different camera angles for the solves. The one that doesn't have a timer, that one I'll probably work on getting a timer like on screen for that. So yeah, just let me know which one you like, which camera angle you like more in the comments. All right.